Hi everyone, this is Ruth M. Haynes, your Philadelphia real estate expert. Today I want to talk about owning a home versus renting. Okay, you can rent a home or you can rent an apartment. It's all the same. You don't own the building. And when you do own the building, you have the responsibility of the building. So here are the pros of owning your own home. Okay, number one, okay, you own it. Okay, so that means if you get into trouble, you're not gonna be like, oh, you have 30 days to get out. It's not gonna be like that. You own it and you determine how long you want to stay. Just be able to pay the financial obligations if you have any, and you can do that. If you pay your mortgage off, you get to stay, keep it, and that's fine. However, the bank will take the property back if you don't pay for it and you took a mortgage out. That's for everything. So if you can afford it, then it's yours. Another thing is stability. Owning is a more stable way. Like if you want to be stable, if you have a job and you have a family, you want to own your home because you don't want to keep moving your family around. Now it's fine when it's just, two people or whatever, but when it comes to children and moving them from school to school, then it gets a little tricky. So stability is important for families. If stability is important for you, then owning your home is what you want to do. You also get tax credits. You get money back on your refund. If you get a refund, you get money back. If you don't get a refund, you get a credit for the taxes that you've paid. It's gonna come out of your mortgage, the interest that you were paying. You get some of that money back. So know that you get money back. That's all. Also, you have the freedom to do what you want to do, freedom to paint, freedom to add, provided you get the right paperwork from the city, you can do whatever you want to your property. You also get to grow your equity. Every time you're paying every month, you're building your wealth because your balance sheet is going to grow because you're paying your mortgage. So that's something that you do for a landlord when you rent, but you are doing that for yourself when you own your own home. And it's something that you can leave your children. I think that's really nice for parents. You can leave a family member, whatever it is, whoever it is you want to leave it to, you can give that to somebody, provided they can, if it's not paid off, they can pay it. And if it is paid off, they have it free and clear. The cons. The maintenance, okay? Something's always breaking in a property. Who is going to take care of it is the issue. When you own it, you have to take care of it. You have to call the repair guy. If your whole system goes out and you don't have an insurance, then you have to replace the whole system or you are going to be in trouble. The cons also is the financial responsibility. You have a legal obligation to pay, your mortgage, or if you're going to get foreclosed upon, that's going to ruin your credit. And there's going to be all these things that come, legal ramifications, financial ramifications, if you are not able to pay for any reason at all. If you're a tenant, then you can just leave and, yeah, there's some ramifications, but it's not going to be that damaging. It just goes on to the next one, right? It's much harder when you have a home. You have to decide if you want to sell it and whatever you want to do, but at least you get something from it if you're selling it and you have equity in it. So those are the things that you have to do, and you have to pay taxes. Yes, when you're a renter, you don't have to pay taxes, but when you're an owner, you do have to pay taxes. All right, renting. The pros of renting include, the repairs are somebody else's problem, and you don't have to worry about it. But that's not really good if you're the landlord, because people can break stuff and blame you and you have to fix it no matter what. So that's not cool. But you have a lot less liability as a renter, but you also have less commitment. Like you have less commitment, you have less responsibility, but you also have less freedom. They can tell you, don't put holes in the walls, don't do this, don't do that. If you ruin this carpet, you have to pay for it. It's just so stressful sometimes when you're living under somebody else's rules. It's just best if something goes bad, it's on you, so you can take care of it when you want to and not when they say. So yeah, that's hard. But the cons of renting, let's see. it's not stable. Just like I said before, owning a home is more stable. If the seller sells, who's going to be the new owner? And can, when can they kick you out, or when can they replace you? Can they raise the rents? They can jack all these things up. At least if you're, in a regular mortgage, you know what your payment is. If they can't just hike it up unless you have the wrong mortgage for you, then so yep, 100% of the rent goes to the landlord. So that means their mortgage is getting paid every month. So they can have their own home and you're staying in their property. They're paying the mortgage down on their own home. I'm sure they own their own home. And then you're paying mortgage on their investment property. So now you are making them money because you are paying your rent. It's something you have to do anyway. You might as well just go ahead and own a home. Okay? So if you're renting right now and you think that buying a home for you is the right thing to do, go ahead and do that, because you have to take the steps that's necessary. People think it's really hard, and it's not hard. It's just a process. Just go through the process and you'll be fine. So you don't want to keep building wealth for other people. And the last thing is, you might not have enough space as a renter. I don't care if you rent a house. It seems like you never have enough space in the home. And it's kind of that thing where it's just like when you're having a baby, you want more space, you want more rooms. There's a limited amount of rooms. Some places don't have 3-bedroom apartments. It's like when you want to grow, you get out of the renting phase and you go into a house. If you're going to go rent a house anyway, you might as well buy a house, because you're going to go through the same stuff. You might as well just pay for it yourself and, take advantage of the situation, because once you get into a house, it's going to be kind of hard to move out. It's easier to move out of an apartment because you're like, oh, this is tight. Once you get to a house, you just kind of want to settle down and be stable. So those are the tips that I have for you for owning versus renting. If you have any questions or if you want more information, please click the link below. Okay, this is Ruth M. Haynes, your Philadelphia real estate expert, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.